Just waiting for a few people to get in. If you don't mind, hit that like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Just a few more minutes. Ken and Hotep back at it again with another one. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody had a wonderful 3-day weekend, wonderful holiday. Sorry I didn't stream last night. I was still out in the streets with the family, uh, hanging out at my best friend's house. They had a little back to school cookout for the kids and stuff like that. So, you know, just went to go hang out, have a good time, and took my black ass to sleep. Oh man. Anyway, guys, if you do, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share the stream. Let people know we live. You catching the replay? Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you guys have read my my thumbnail caption on my stream name. Trump is a racist and Kamala is better. Trump is a racist and Kamala is better. Tell you how this all became a thing. Tell you how this all became a thing. I'm in the bed. I'm in the bed sleeping, right? I'm in the bed, knocked out. Knocked out. My wife come in the house, hand me the phone, one of her friends on the phone, complaining about Trump. Like, how can y'all vote for Trump? How can y'all vote for Trump? He a racist, he don't like black people. And then I go, a word. I go, a word. What'd he say about black people that make him racist? What'd he say? Oh, I can't tell you right offhand, but he said something. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what he said. I said he ain't say nothing against black people. Then the next thing she go to is, well, what about the Central Park Five? I'm like, did you even read the article, the ad that he took out? He ain't mentioned race. He ain't say nothing bad, as far as black people and none of that. I said the only time he mentioned race in the article is when he was saying, you know, he was mentioning, white people, black people, Hispanic people shouldn't have to put up with the crime that was going on in New York, especially in Central Park at the time. I said everybody in New York thought them kids did that shit. Everybody thought them kids did that shit. I said the kids didn't even go to jail for rape. The kids went to jail for beating the lady up. They admitted to beating her up, but they said they didn't R-word her. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, you gotta do your research, y'all. Stop listening to these mainstream media pundits. He's just bad for America. I said, how? How are you bad for America? What has he done that makes him bad for America? I said the prescription drug policy that Kamala and them just enacted, Trump enacted it in 2020, and Joe Biden reversed it in 2021. I said she ain't do nothing about the border like she was supposed to until it was election season, and then next thing you know, they trying to do something to be tough on the border. I was like, she running on his entire platform from 2016 and 2020. I was like, you vote for, and I told her straight up, You vote for Kamala Harris, your kids won't be able to buy a house. I said, well, they can't buy houses now. I said, why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? You know? She's like, what about the taxes? The middle class got destroyed in taxes. I said, no, they didn't. I said, the lower middle class got 91% of the 91%. They benefited 91% of the lower middle class. What are you talking about? Well, my taxes was high. I said, you are not middle class. You are not. I don't know why people think that. If you look, guys, before, let's say pre Biden, right? Pre Joe Biden, if you made $100,000 and up, you were not middle class. All right. If you made $100,000 and up, you were not middle class. Maybe considering whatever state you in, maybe you were upper middle class, but you were not middle class or lower middle class. In this case, the lady in question makes well over $100,000. I said, ain't nothing middle class about you. I said, you will be what's considered the top 10% of earners in the United States. And that's what all y'all kept saying, tax the top 10%, tax the rich, tax this. Your ass got taxed like y'all asked for. You just didn't realize that your ass wasn't middle class. Now, under Joe Nickel slick, the $100,000 might be middle class now, maybe. I would argue to say the middle class don't exist anymore because of them. They've just stomped a mud hole in the middle class. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I gotta put some air in one of these tires. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I just laugh because I just was like, give me one reason. Give me a reason. I said, what policy didn't you like? She can't give me a policy that she didn't like. Well, he's racist. I said, so what about so Biden, he wrote the 94 crime bill. Trump reversed it. 20,000 black people got let out of jail. Where's the racism? He funded both Jesse Jackson's presidential runs. Where's the racism? If you're a racist, he the worst racist I ever met. He the worst racist I ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? That's not for me to. I'm not a Trump apologist. I'm not a Trump loyalist. He just was best for America right now. He was best for. He was best. He was best for America in 2016. He was best for America in 2020 until the shit got stolen from him. And he best right now. I said, go ahead, vote for her. I said, I guarantee your kids won't be able to buy a house. Like, people don't understand that shit. Because then they were like, well, she said she's giving $25,000. First, she said $25,000 down payments. Then she said $25,000 tax credit. Like, which one is it, shorty? Regardless, either one of them ain't going to help you. You know what I mean? $25,000 down payment toward a new house, right? They're going to tax you on that money. Two, the housing prices now, $25,000 ain't helping shit. Like, you need $100,000 down for real just to afford a house, like to buy a house. You gotta be able to put $100,000 down. The average house is $400,000, and I would argue to say that's because BlackRock came through and bought up all the house. Remember that shit? Hotep's been told you. BlackRock came through, bought up all these houses, yo. They forced the housing shortage. BlackRock forced the housing shortage. That's why these houses cost so much money now. Houses that was $250,000, now they worth almost $500,000. Come on, it's AstroTurf, yo. It's AstroTurf. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I say, yo, you can't sit here and tell me that you don't see how the minute Trump got out of office and Biden went into office, how everything started to skyrocket. No, like no. So you didn't know? I'm like, so you didn't notice that gas went through the roof after he he killed the Keystone Pipeline and the XL pipeline. You just didn't notice. I said, "Well, no Putin price hike." I said, "You didn't notice how after they start giving all this money to the Ukraine, the cost of living went through the roof because of inflation." I'm like, "Come on!" I said, "The minute he was," I said, even with COVID, the economy was back on a rebound after like I guess a few months, but then they further tanked the economy when Biden got in office. I'm like, y'all is crazy. I said, go ahead and vote for it if you want to. You can get 4 more years of this nonsense that you're getting now. And and then she got off the phone before I probably should have asked the question beforehand. Like, yo, okay, if she's so good, so why all the things she promised y'all she ain't done yet? And I ain't even gonna say that she could have did them. Why didn't she champion any of that shit for the 4 years she was in office? All right, at least give us a hint that she was for strong borders and for lower interest rate. Why didn't she champion any of that shit while she was in office? Hell, why didn't we hear from her while she was in office as the vice president? She still is the vice president. They can't give you an answer. They can't give you an answer. They just repeat the talking points that they hear on the news. Funny part is, every time I had these arguments or these conversations, it's with the fucking paper on the wall niggas, yo. It's the paper on the wall Negroes, as HJ like to call them. It's the people that I had these arguments with or these debates with, and they can't stand on their position. The minute they start to get beat over the head with like the facts of the matter, they either want to get off the phone or they want to leave or whatever. I'm like, and I try not to argue about it. You know what I mean? I try not to bring it up anymore. Now my wife is starting to bring it up because um, she on the quote unquote Trump train, I'll say. Right? And she's not like a big Trump supporter. She's like, yo, niggas is broke. She's like, I make too much. She's like, I make too much money to not have none. She's like, I make too much money to not have none. And our situation will be the ideal situation, right? We got 2 kids, we got a house. We don't have any cars. I mean, any car payments. We don't have any student loans. They're gone. You know what I mean? We should be able to stack cheese and live large, but we can't. Everything else costs so much fucking money that we got to deal with it. Gas and electric through the roof. You know what I mean? Car insurance through the fucking roof. Food for a family of 4 through the fucking roof. You know what I mean? It's just certain shit that just costs so much fucking money, yo. Right? We both would love to get new cars. And we could. But we don't want to pay the interest rate that it would cost to get a new car. Who wants that shit? I'm not going to go get me a fucking new Chevy Silverado or a new F-150 at no fucking 6% interest or 7% interest on a car. And then they 20,000 like 20 grand more than what they were worth. Like let's just say I was going to go get I don't know. I wanted to get me I don't know. I wanted to get an F-150. A decent F-150. For example, I'll give you this. The black dually, you guys used to see me driving around and doing this type of stuff in the black dually. You know how much that black dually cost us? $50,000 for a black dually. A black Ford 2019 brand new F-350 with, car iPlay or whatever the fuck that shit called, the Apple shit. 50 grand. You know how much that same dually would cost me today? Even 2020, my father got a 2020. His shit cost 48,000 because he had less features than I did, right? Company trucks. Them same trucks today would cost us 75, 80, almost maybe $100,000 for the same truck. So I'm like, I'm not going out and buying no brand new car that has some fucking $1,000 car payment. Fuck no. I'm not doing that. Not for no $1,000 car payment. No, kick rock. See, there's some dumpster space right there. Like everything's too expensive to do anything about. Or maybe I could put it right there. Put it in this dumpster. Look, they're gonna take that one to the dump. You know what I mean? Can I put this in the yard? In this one? All right. What's this? You people just not listen to the right sources of news. We are the news, sir, or ma'am, or whoever you are. We are the news. Ain't listening to the right sources of news. We are the news. What's up, Logan? No, I'm not getting my car fixed. We got to throw this couch in one of these dumpsters and get out of here. Take you to school, brother. Got my nephew with me. We are the news. What's your name? Danny. We are the news. All right. If you've been following my channel or any of the hoteps for a cup of coffee, you realize we've been ahead of the news cycle since day one. We don't miss, especially this guy right here. We don't miss. Put this right here in my hand while I do this. I got receipts for everything that I'm saying because I do the research. I don't trust any news. Y'all vote for Kamala Harris if y'all want to. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be down bad. I'm just letting you know. I'm making plans right now to make sure that I'm always gonna be good. You feel me? Like I said, we're in a position where we don't got student loans and shit like that because we put ourselves in that position and not had that stuff because we saw what was coming. Damn, we got a fucking whistle. Hey. You know what I mean? But some of our friends and family ain't as what's the word? Lucky to be in that position. You know, but at the same time, they keep voting like that, they never gonna be in a position like this. Damn, I'm getting weak. But like I said, it's the paper on the wall Negroes, y'all, that do that shit. Nobody ever asked those questions like, damn, why did the interest rates go up on housing? Inflation. Two, if you let her do this price cap on groceries, you better trust and believe it's going to be a food shortage. It's not price gouging that's causing the groceries to go up. It's inflation. All that produce and all that, you know, them food staples and shit like that, it's got to get delivered. And when gas is so high, cost of fixing trucks and parts and shit like that is through the roof. Truck drivers and companies are charging more money because the cost of doing business went up for them. So that cost get passed on to the consumer. Ain't no fucking prudent price hike. None of that stuff. Hold on, y'all. See the boots?
Where you get them from?
Tractor Supply. Comfortable too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here. I gotta take Logan to school.
All right, Dad. Thanks. I had to show off my new boots. Fake facts, Danny? Oh, goodness gracious. You one of them people on the wall Negroes, ain't you? It sounds like Danny one of them people on the wall Negroes. Fake facts. You know it's a fake fact, Danny, that Kamala and Joe came up with the prescription drug policy. That's a fucking fake fact. You know another fake fact is, Danny, that Kamala wasn't the border czar. That's another fucking fake fact. I got videos. You want to go back and watch my videos on my channel? Go ahead. You want to know what another fake fact is? Kamala is not a new politician on the scene. Kamala is not a new politician on the scene that's coming to save America. She is currently the number 2 most powerful person in the fucking world, behind the president of the United States, which I don't know who the fuck running the country right now. But she's supposedly the number 2, and she is championing none of these fucking policies that she's claimed to stand on for 3 years. Now all of a sudden it's election season. Now she want to promise the shit that she wasn't able to. They wasn't even trying to do for 3 years. Those are there's your fake facts right there. You know, ask yourself, where's she been at for 3 fucking years, 4 years? Where's she been? Y'all can't answer that question. Y'all can't answer that question. No, you can stay in and catch these fucking this talking points, or you can leave. We ain't gotta boot you. You can listen in. Cause why not? Y'all so-called educated motherfuckers y'all the ones fucking shit up. I can't even say educated motherfuckers, because a lot of my audience is educated. I got a fucking degree. You know what I mean? I just got fucking common sense. I got common sense, and I don't mind my own research. That's the thing. Like I said, we ain't missed yet. Y'all go ahead and vote for Kamala if you want. Y'all go ahead and vote for Kamala if you want. You can go to anybody around the way. I should do that. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to do that. I should do that. I'm going to go around the way. I'm going to go right around the way, go around the hood in Baltimore. I'm going to just interview people. I want y'all to hear from them. People in the hood like, y'all, nah, I'm not voting for Shorty. Where's she been at? They say that. There's people in the hood. They say that. Where's she been at? And they like, y'all, nah, my pockets was better with Donnie T. These people in the hood, they don't got to understand politics. All they got to understand is economics. And a lot of them like, nah, y'all, I was getting that money when Donnie T was in office. That nigga left office and I'm broke. And they correlate the shit. They know what it is. They ain't dumb. They got common sense. You don't need to be a fucking strategist or a fucking political science major to understand cause and effect and correlations and shit like that. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be that. So I'm gonna tell you this, right? Whatever this, with Danny, whatever this is in the chat, either Danny one of them out of touch motherfuckers who got money and this shit don't affect them, so they just like vote for Kamala and not thinking about people who is struggling, or Danny one of the dumbasses who's struggling and don't realize the reason they struggling is because the motherfucker that they voting for. That's the funny part. 'Cause that's the only people I come in contact with. Either I talk to people who are super hard to touch because the food prices and shit don't affect them because they got the money to deal with it, right? Or it be the motherfuckers that's struggling that can't keep their house, or they gotta take out a fucking payday loan to make bills because of the inflation, because of the cost of all this shit going through the fucking roof, because they can't afford to live like they did 4 years prior, that want to vote for the same shit that put them in the position that they in today. That's the crazy part. That's the funny part. But that's how it be, yo. That is how it be. Who don't want minimum wage raise? Nobody said that. But you gotta understand the realistic how that shit look. I made a video on that too. You know how I fucking know, Danny? Because my family own a motherfucking business. My family own a business. We have employees. Not only do we have employees, we second chance employer. Danny, you know what second chance employer mean? We hire ex-cons who otherwise wouldn't get another shot at working and making a good living wage. Oh, goodness gracious. You know what's happening to motherfuckers? What happened? Anybody notice even at McDonald's what happened when they raised the minimum wage to $15? Guess what happened? Kiosks came in and took jobs. Oh shit, what? You telling me because they raised the minimum wage, McDonald's stopped having manpower? Or they limited their manpower and put in kiosks instead of fucking cashiers? Oh, god damn. Who saw that shit coming? Grocery stores. More self-checkout than they do cashiers. Who saw that shit coming? Oh, that shit is funny. That shit is hilarious to me. I don't care if a company. The thing is, it should be on the company. If you're gonna raise minimum wage, then whatever. But be prepared for the consequences. People don't understand payroll taxes and shit like that. Y'all want the minimum wage raised, but then you want the fucking taxes on corporations to be raised as well, and think that shit gonna work. All they do is pass the buck off to the mom and pop owners, the small business owners who get the shit kicked out of them in taxes because of the fucking policies that's being put in. That's how that works. You got pay. You got the comp, not just the employee who pay payroll taxes. The company has to also pay payroll taxes on that money that they giving the employee. So what's going to happen with these bigger companies that can afford to put kiosks in? They're going to put kiosks in, save them a couple dollars. Guess what they ain't got to do? Pay a fucking kiosk healthcare. They ain't got to pay the kiosk $15 an hour. And you see that happening across the country right now. But you know, fight for 15, right? Fight for 15. Also, where's the incentive to do better? Where's the incentive to do better? See, back when I was in school, what was it $5.75 an hour was the minimum wage when I was in high school? And then I realized certain skills to get me more money. So then I started the skills to get me more money because I wasn't trying to be living on. I'm not trying to be in that fucking subway or the fucking shoe city for the rest of my life. You gotta have an incentive to do better. I'm not against companies paying $15 an hour, but you got to understand that a lot of these costs that y'all don't understand, and those companies that can afford it are going to fucking downsize their manpower, save that shit. You're going to get more kiosks, more self checkouts than you would other than that. So there you go. I don't know what y'all expect. Like that's that equity bullshit. You just gotta fucking do the work. Like my grandfather was a fucking janitor at Westinghouse when he in the 50s. He was a janitor, and he was a machinist in the military. My grandfather was a machinist in the military. When he got out, he was a janitor at Westinghouse because racism and the way shit was back in the day, right? It, he didn't become a machinist at Westinghouse until the 80s. How wild is that? But guess what? It's easier for me to become a machinist than it was for my grandfather to become a machinist because things have changed. You learn those skills, and machinists get paid a lot of money. Hell, it was easier for my father to become a machinist than it was for my grandfather to become a machinist. Your struggles ain't what your fucking grandparents and your parents' struggles was. You can go out here and get this bag. I go out and get this bag every fucking day. But I got that. I got the work. McDonald's cashier should not be your fucking retirement plan or game plan to retirement. Stop complaining about the minimum wage. Start learning skills that'll get you money. I'm a I'm I'm a systems administrator, believe it or not. I'm a systems administrator. You think that's my only hustle? It can't be in this fucking economy. It can't be in this economy. I gotta have more than one hustle. I signed my contract for my job knowing what it was. When I went into that job interview and they said, this is what your position pays, I agreed to that. Just like when people go to McDonald's or fucking Chipotle or wherever, they tell them what they're going to get paid and they agree to it. I said, okay, well, this is where my job is. This is what I get paid. All right, cool. I was good. Shit got hard. Shit started getting more expensive. Shit got more expensive. You know what I mean? So guess what I did? Found another hustle. Because it's out here. There's money out here to be made. There's money out here to be made. You just gotta go get it. People go into those jobs to making minimum wage knowing that's their cap, but they don't make any type of plans or they don't go to a trade school or something to better their lives. They just want the government to do it for them. This is your school right here, right, Logan? You gotta speak up, yo. All right. All right. I believe your mama is coming to pick you up. All right, buddy. And I'll see you at football practice. Your dad gonna bring you to football practice or your mommy? You don't know, D. Well, I'll see you at the practice. All right, bro. I'm gonna walk you in the school real quick. Trump, I don't care about you. I just want your votes. Is that right? So if Trump didn't care about us that much, right? Why he do so much for the lower middle class and why he do more shit for black folks than Barack Obama, any president actually? Because Barack Obama ain't do shit for black people. He ain't do a fucking thing. Trump reversed the '94 crime bill. He gave more money and put more money back in the pockets of fucking people in the lower middle class, including the people that y'all claim need more minimum wage. He gave them more money back. That's wild. Gas prices was cheap. Groceries and shit was cheaper. Hmm? Joe Biden still ain't had the car. He still ain't had a meeting with fucking Ice Cube about Ice Cube's contract for Black America. Trump did though, and Trump incorporated some of that stuff in his platinum plan. That's interesting. Also, Trump want a flat 15% tax across the board, which would be fantastic for everybody. But Trump don't care about nobody else. See, that's again, they go them goofy ass facts. Trump said he didn't want to give police total immunity. That's the funny part. He said in certain cases they need immunity, but there are other cases where they should be tried for whatever they did wrong. Case in point, taser. What was her fucking name? The woman that shot the kid instead of pulling her taser. She in fucking jail right now. She didn't get immunity, and this is when police had that was when police had immunity. Remember the immunity, the qualified immunity. Police had it at that point. She still went to jail for that shit. Chauvin still went to jail for that shit. McMichael still went to jail for Ahmaud Arbery. Y'all motherfuckers had some common sense, y'all. And then listen, when he said he was at the fucking black reporter bullshit, and he said that. He's like, no, I'm not saying they get total immunity. If they do something fucked up, they go to jail. It's been a thing. Y'all niggas just hear what y'all want to hear.